Welcome to National Focus. I'm Shaakira Pierre. Coming up, the Ministry of Commerce remains focused on growing the small business sector. An OECS Juvenile Justice Reform activity to be hosted in Dominica on Friday. We will also bring you details of a visit to the south by the island's head of state. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thanks for staying with us. Governor-General of St. Lucia, Her Excellency Dame Pierre knows a bit more about the nature island, its infrastructural development, as well as the impact of Tropical Storm Erica and the ongoing recovery efforts. His Excellency the President of Dominica, Charles Savre, his wife and other officials have been taking the St. Lucian official on tours across the island this week. The first stop on Wednesday was at the Newtown Primary School, where they were greeted by the Honorable Minister for Education, Peter Seja, and other education officials. The school was recently constructed with grant funds from the People's Republic of China. The excited students and staffs were eager to show off their new facilities to the visitors. The next stop for the touring delegation was in Center, Grand Bay, where work is at an advanced stage for the resettlement of residents of Dubique. They were welcomed to the site by the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Grand Bay constituency, Justina Charles, officials of the contracting firm, among others. Dubique was completely destroyed by Tropical Storm Erica in August 2015. Last month, an estimated 36 of the targeted 50 houses were erected, with 38 individuals from the communities of Dubique and Grand Bay employed on the project. His Excellency the President and the other officials got a grim picture of the ravages of last year's storm on their final stop in the community of Petit Savan. During the storm, many lives were lost and hundreds of homes were destroyed, and most of the residents were evacuated. Government has long recognized the importance of small business sector, and in 2014, the Ministry of Commerce, Enterprise and Small Business Development was established as a full-fledged ministry to encourage growth of small and medium-sized business sector in Dominica. Earlier this month, GIS News discussed with Minister for Commerce, Enterprise and Small Business Development, Rosalind Paul, how citizens can take advantage of the opportunities for assistance that exist within her ministry.
We have the program here on an individual basis or small group basis. We provide, based on requests, we provide grant, financial and technical support, where people apply. If they have a small business idea, we walk them through, we process, we give advice, we give technical advice, and if it is seen as something viable, either as starting off a business or expanding an existing business, we provide that necessary support. But it's not just giving you the grant and leaving you on your own. We follow up, we do the necessary monitoring to ensure that the little resources that we provide, you can maximize it to expand or build on your business or to start off your business.
The Honorable Minister says business development officers are available to assist with transforming ideas into viable business plans, which can receive funding for startup. The officers are also charged with the responsibility of monitoring new businesses to ensure their success. Training is also available.
So we do the one-on-one, the business development officers do the one-on-one, but we do training programs as well, where we bring in these people and we do give business management skills, business leadership skills, and actually we are undertaking a research on business, on the status of business, the mapping of business needs, the location of our small business enterprises, existing gaps, and the impact of government's intervention so far on MSMEs. And one of the gaps we've seen is business leadership. Business leadership and business management are different. And so we see already we will have to be doing some support or some training to help our business people become business leaders.
The aim is for businesses to be more sustainable and dynamic in order to grow and produce export-ready products and services. The minister says this year the focus is on light manufacturing. The Ministry of Commerce is working closely with the Dominica Manufacturers Association and the Craft Association to improve output of such small businesses.
A lot of our businesses are retail type, which means a lot of the surplus value go out of the country if you're importing to sell. Now we're trying to focus on agro-processing and light manufacturing, which again would lend the opportunity for women and men to work even from their home cottage type industries, but would utilize our raw materials and transform them to products. And so our work is to work with these people to ensure increased commerce, and when they reach the point of export readiness, that DEXIA or the other agencies would take them from there.
Small and medium-sized enterprises in Dominica employ 65% of the population and contributes 51% to the gross domestic product. At the end of a 3-day consultation on sustainable energy and climate change, representative from the Swedish Energy Agency, Maria Karlberg, expressed enthusiasm to get the ball rolling on projects to improve energy efficiency in Dominica. On Monday, the government of Dominica collaborated with CARICOM, Seedstock, and the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center with funding from the Swedish Energy Agency to host the workshop on building resilience to climate change in islands through the energy sector, North-South Corporation for Sustainable Energy Development in Island States. In her address at the closing ceremony, Karlberg stated that the activity was an integrated process where they could identify options that could be taken to an organized body.
As the ambassador from Sweden said on Monday in his statement, there are other support avenues to regard as well, which has been discussed bilaterally with the government of Grenada. So with this, I also would like to say that we are supporting the continuous collaboration of the working groups. I mean, setting up a platform and having that platform so you can continuously work on the identifications of different options that you identified here, and also continue collaborating with SAA, with the 5Cs, with Seedstock, with the government of Dominica.
From the Swedish government side, Karlberg promised to provide support for identical products, technical assistance, capacity building, and pilot projects. Dominica's ambassador to the United Nations and chair of Seedstock, His Excellency Dr. Vince Henderson, expressed renewed faith in the projects to be executed.
Coming out of this is not so much as to what projects we're going to implement, although I would love to see that, Marie, and I'm looking forward to the assistance of the Swedish Energy Agency. But for me, it is more about our belief in ourselves, knowing that we can solve our problems, knowing that we have the ideas that we need, and being able to identify and access the technologies that we need to solve these problems. But we have to generate the innovation from within.
Consultant at the 3-day workshop, Dr. Alvaro Umano, emphasized that the most important subject is identifying the projects that have multiple benefits and linkages between the sectors. Director of the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, NTRC, Craig Nesty, wants the Dominican public to shift from being consumer-based technologically to producer-based. Nesty was speaking at the opening ceremony of a national broadband consultation on Tuesday. He stressed the need for the creation of local content on Dominica's broadband network.
Content doesn't necessarily have to come from the computer scientists. If you're a blogger, if you're a writer, you can create content, and I think our focus really as small island developing states is to find a way to have more content created. I mean, I've read documents that talk about we need to invest equally in the amount of training and capacity building around content as we do in network deployment.
Nesty believes that for the 3-day discussion to be successful, content must be a critical element.
If you look at the North American society, when they talk about, or the European Society, or all of the studies that people do, when they talk about we need to increase broadband penetration rates, we need to ensure we have greater deployment of broadband because it will bring greater development and higher GDPs for the country. When you really analyze the numbers behind that statement and realize what it is that's really happening, you come to realize, but wait a minute, for small island developing states, there needs to be a paradigm shift on that thinking.
He affirmed that Dominica is a consumer-based society that the internet can change.
The internet is supposed to make it easy for us to enter into business. The internet is supposed to reduce the barriers of entry into business, making it so that anybody with a computer can provide an application and provide opportunities for revenue growth. But our focus has sadly not been in that area of the internet. And too often our focus is on the size of the pipe, how much speed we have, how much bandwidth we have, how much interconnectivity we have, as opposed to what makes the internet useful.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
In more news, His Excellency Dr. Vince Henderson believes the Dominica State College could be a critical part in the development of waste to energy and the use of new technology in the energy sector. Addressing the closing ceremony of a workshop to build resilience to climate change in small island developing states through the energy sector, Dominica's ambassador to the United Nations proposed possible linkages that could be developed.
We want to use the Dominica State College as an incubator for deploying new technologies to solve problems. We have to see education as itself a tool for development, not because we can get a job and get paid, but because we can create stuff, we can solve problems. And the Dominica State College has a very important role to play. I hope that we'll be able to implement some projects. There have been some discussions.
The ambassador challenged the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation to expose themselves to new opportunities, ideas, and technologies.
I know, for example, the solid waste representatives, Mr. Mitchell, he spoke of the numerous proposals that you have seen. But the good news is that there has been new technologies over the years. Innovation that can help to resolve some of our problems, solve our problems. But we have to be open to that. And listening to our colleagues from across the room and taking that journey as Homo sapiens, transitioning into something new, but something wonderful. We have to be prepared to have that kind of discussion.
Dr. Henderson is convinced that if the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation can connect with the State College, a pilot project can be developed that can benefit the entire island and the Caribbean region at large.
Whether it's through pyrolysis, that we can make use of some of the resources, the waste that we can turn to treasure, we would be able to allow our students to be part of that process. Perhaps you could be generating power that can electrify the Dominica State College.
Dr. Henderson believes that stakeholders at the consultation have the ideas that could generate the solution. He added that the discussions over the last 3 days have been second to none.
What we need to do is to be able to have that kind of discussion where we can place our ideas and our suggestions on the table. Because clearly we have what it takes. I have been making this argument for a long time. 2 years ago, we came here and we make the same argument when we were establishing the Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency. And I said then that we have the ability, we have the skills, we have the expertise. Our children have been trained in the same universities around the world. They have the same abilities, but they have not gotten the opportunity, the exposure, sometimes the guidance that they need. We have to create that opportunity for ourselves. And this is why we established Seedstock as an international organization to give our people the opportunities.
He is persuaded that stakeholders can build with expertise among themselves. Participants at the 3-day consultation were from the various government ministries, CARICOM, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, Seedstock, and the Swedish Energy Agency. A community-oriented weekend event to build the awareness of juveniles and the issues they face will be staged in Dominica this weekend. The government of Dominica, as a beneficiary of the OECS Juvenile Justice Reform project, participated in a few programs tailored to stimulate public interest in youth and juvenile justice issues for active participation. Under the project, activities which Dominica submitted included sensitization, programs on violence, parenting sessions, and a youth forum. The final activities to take place on Friday will be done in 2 parts: a panel discussion with dramatization and the viewing of a regionally produced movie on juvenile concerns.
We need to let people know about juveniles and juvenile issues, because based on the reform, people have to be part of it in terms of the programs, in terms of buying in terms of supporting, because the young people are part of communities and society. We're having an outreach program looking at the root causes of violence. Where did that all come from? Because a lot of times violent crimes result in are the ones that come to court. We also want to we also look at sexual violence, all kinds of violence. Where did that all come from? So we might not be able to do everything on that evening, but we're at least going to start to explore where did the violence come from.
The dramatization is titled View from the Prison Van, written by Ruth Mount Richard, with flashbacks written by Magistrate Augustus.
After that, we have the panel discussion, the root causes of violence, our role in breaking the cycle. The panelists are ASP Claude Wicks. We also have Prison Officer Vincent Richards. We also have Police Officer Mrs. Yvonne Alexander. We have retired Youth Officer Matilda Popo. We have Mr. Thomas Holmes. And we also have the Montgomery Richards, who is the main person in the drama. He's also going to be part of that panel.
The activity is an attempt to examine dysfunctional family dynamics as one of the root causes of violence. It is also for the audience to do some self-examination on their role in breaking the silence of violence.
The next day, 22nd, we're going to, 23rd, sorry, Saturday 23rd, we're going to look at some social issues. Our counterparts in Grenada did a movie called David's Story. It's about the story of a young person, and this young person, things started to go downhill when his mother left. Let us discuss some serious issues that weekend. Let's discuss our youth, our nation, our families, because a lot of times, some of the dysfunction in families multiply and cause problems in society. So we are saying we want people to reflect, to come, to talk, to let their voice be heard. And we could start a conversation. Who knows, we can start some kind of change so that even within ourselves, we are agents of change, and we can start some kind of change even in terms of how we relate to our children, how we relate to our neighbors, and so on.
The general public is encouraged to attend the free events, which will take place at the Arak House of Culture on Friday 22nd at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday 22nd April at 7 p.m. And that's news. McPherson St. Luce is up with Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, produit qui a sorti en abattoir qui apparaît en supermarché pour prix qui bien raisonnable. Parole là sorti en manager opération Michael Etienne.
Nous faisons certains, nous bas ces wholesalers là avec ces retailers là, on prix qui est confortable. So là yo mettez markup là à ce prix à nous bas yo et pas que venir plus cher fait pour là nous comme dans notre pays. So nous faisons certains, nous avons réintroduire pour la market là, à la place là. So nous faisons certains, c'est pour là nous avons prix à bon et bon. nous ka ba yo prix qui ba. So mani massa di on la place vendre XYZ. Mais ça moi ça fait c'est ba yon prix là yo prend prix ça avec yo mettre marque à l'air et pas que venir trop cher pour ces consommateurs là.
Etienne aussi fait parole qui travaille faciliter cela bien traîner.
Nous faisons certains, nous prenons 15 personnes avec nous menons à Conference Room Gardens, à Botanic Gardens là, avec nos courriers Environmental Health Officers là, avec pour un whole jour, nous traînons. Ça y est, nous pour faire. Comment nous pour comment décorer, avec tout petit aspect, quand très cochon, avec pour nous traîner à tout ça. So, avec yo fait un bon job. Bon job. Là, yo venu là, yo venu là, yo mettez côté on, masque on, earplugs on, gloves, tout pareil, boots, avec nos dressures en blanc. So, it était bon, it était very nice.
Un d'autres nouvel programme OECS Juvenile Justice System qu'a point place en Dominique week-end salam. Un morceau théâtre qui formé par activité là. Magistrat Gloria Augustus qu'a coordonné le programme là en Dominique.
Et puis samedi là à 7h nous qui ça qui un movie qui nous qui David Story. Ça fait à Grenade. Mon Grenada fait ça et puis Yobano pour nous jouer et puis ça qu'a parlé contre des jeunes petits enfants maman yo tenu pour quitter yo et puis il allait l'Amérique et puis les quitter yo allait bon famille ça l'autre famille ça et puis tout bail qui fait yo et puis ça qui fait la vie yo après ça nous avons parlé contre toutes ces bails là qui sorti dans petit movie ça so ça nous a dit tout le monde nous voulons venir famille dans sa venir et puis yo pas pour payer yo venir garder éduquer koyo parler et puis nous connaissons moun aimer aller si pour week-end là nous a dit arrêtez si pour week-end ça à nous venir parler code bail qui sérieux c'est ça nous a dit et puis ça c'est manière pour nous faire moun connaître ça nous a fait bail code jeune gens et puis comment nous les comment on dit ça comment ils ont changé et puis aider nous pour aider eux.
Et puis finalement, l'argent qui banque la terre fin avec là pour disaster vulnerability et puis changement climatique, on a dépensé pour poursuivre ordinateur qui plaisait département gouvernement bénéficiaire. Parole ça là sur le ministre environ, honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow.
Our equipment ça nous can distribute equipment ça pour 13 différents département gouvernement et ministry. So ça cérémonie a été compté comme ministre Health and Environment because ça c'est ministry qui manage project là. Mon handover equipment là pour ministry information technology parce que yo déjà un project là assez devait garder qui département gouvernement besoin qui equipment pour essayer pour aider yo faire travail plus meilleur est pour ces monde qui pour faire avec disaster avec climate change.
Messieurs mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non moins c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
These are ways you can reduce stress. Accept that there are events that you cannot control. Keep a positive attitude rather than defaulting to negatives. Exercise regularly, your body can fight stress better when it is fit. Eat healthy, well-balanced meals. Get enough rest and sleep. Your body needs time to recover from stressful events. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also now available 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Shaakira Pierre. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.